Hello, this is Chris, your friendly neighborhood fitness man, and this is Get Fit Now. In your life, do you sometimes feel like success is something that's only granted to a small percentage of the people in the world? Today, I'm going to tell you something that most successful people already know. And when you do that thing, you're going to start to attract massive success in your life. Okay, here we go. Massive success is made up of tiny little choices. Itsy bitsy, teensy weensy. Now, the reason why a lot of people don't have massive success in their life is because they have an attitude that I like to call the warrior Viking attitude. They've got this,
I'm gonna get this thing done. I'm gonna take my life back by force. I'm going to make anything happen by any means necessary.
And that's a fine attitude to have sometimes. It's okay, rock on. But before you mount your pony and start heading up the hill to storm the castle, let me tell you about a couple of things that I already know. Nature tells us a couple of things. Just by looking at our human bodies, our bodies regenerate. Every cell in our bodies. It's a little bit more time for some, a little bit less for others. It takes about 7 years for our bodies to completely renew themselves. Every single cell, or most of them anyway, after about 7 years. So this warrior Viking attitude, even him, even his body takes 7 years to regenerate. But because people like that are storming ahead so quickly, they're destroying things within faster than they're building things. If our human body were to start doing that, then things would stop working effectively pretty quick. If we started hacking and slashing all the cells in our body faster than we were adding things to it, then we'd really start to have a hard time. What I'm talking about is that it's not necessarily what you're doing, it's how you're doing it. Any goal you have in your health, in your finances, in your relationships, is going to go through a transformative phase. It's going to take time. The best way to sum this up is it's going to look like out with the old, in with the new. It's a completely natural process that everything operates under. And this wonderfully natural process is going to leave your house empty. Just like if anybody's ever moved, when you have your house, we keep a pretty clean house. But I don't care how neat you have your house. When you move all of your furniture around and you pack it all up and you take all the pictures off the walls, you're going to find things from 1983 that you didn't even know were there. Our lives are the same way. When we start shifting things around, we're going to start seeing things that we couldn't see before. Principle number 1 is one of the most overlooked principles that I see from everybody in the world. Something very basic, something very simple, but it's not necessarily easy. And that is to do something today, no matter how small, to make your tomorrow better. Now, the tendency is to want to do something massive to create massive results, right? That's the tendency. If I go to the gym, I've got to spend 2.5 hours in the gym. That's what's going to get it done. And that's really not the truth. We spoke about that in a couple of other videos, that taking breaks, knowing when to rest, and properly taking appropriate steps consistently over an extended period of time are what create more success. Number 2, what you're going to do after you've made that decision to do something, no matter how small, today, to make your tomorrow better, what you're going to do is you're going to journal that. Those tiny little steps that you're going to be taking, you're going to start to see in your journal that all of those things accumulated together are creating massive results. Because a lot of times, if we just look at one day and we say, okay, I'm doing this thing today, I'm doing this thing today, I'm doing this thing today, all you're going to see is today, right? But a journal gives you the ability to see a timeline. And you can look at yourself and say, well, is this thing even working? And you can look back 3 months and say, wow, look at that. I've made so much progress. And number 3, now this is extremely important, because this is really what this whole thing is about. Anything that we do for ourselves is really only of value when it's helping others, right? So it's really important that you take all of your success, everything that you've been doing, and you share it with other people to empower them to be able to do the same. Whether it's something that you've done with your work, whether it's something that you've done with your fitness, whether it's something that's happening in your relationship, take that information and share it with somebody else to help them to move also. So now you are a soldier in a movement, now seeking solutions rather than engaging your problems senselessly. And in finding your solutions, you're lifting up others all around you, changing the world, because you've decided to walk the path that's going to help you to get fit now. I'd like to thank you for watching. Please click subscribe and like if you got anything from this and if you like what we're doing. And always remember, the power to change is within us all. And when we realize that power, anything is possible in our life. Take care.
Take it easy.